Assalamu alaikum. I am Mohammad Jahangir Alam, lecturer in physics. I welcome you all in my online class. First of all, thanks to Almighty that He has given me the ability to take this class and carrying on my regular activities. Dear students, I also hope all of you are doing well and carrying on your regular studies, staying at home by the mercy of Almighty. Right. Dear student, in our previous videos, you have already learned the basic of vectors, properties of vectors, different type of vectors, that is a special type of vectors, position vector, unit vector, null vector, coplanar vector, collinear vector, reciprocal vector, their magnitude, presentation of vector, addition of vector, rules of addition of vector, resolution of vector. Okay, so today we are going to discuss on an important topic from the same chapter, right? And our today's topic is resolution of vector in three-dimensional coordinate system. Dear students, we know what resolution vector is and what the coordinate system is. In our previous class, we have discussed resolution of vector, that is the process of resolving a vector in different component in different direction is known as resolution of vector. And three-dimensional coordinate system, the system which contains mutually three perpendicular dimension or direction, are known as three-dimensional coordinate system. You have learned two-dimensional coordinate system in your earlier classes. So three-dimensional coordinate system is a system which contains three dimension or direction. The best and easiest example of three-dimensional coordinate system is our space. In our space, we can move in rightward direction and in leftward direction, right? This is a dimension. If we consider the direction as length, then we can move forward direction and backward direction. This is another dimension. Similarly, we can move in upward direction and downward direction. This is the third dimension. So space is the best example of three-dimensional coordinate system, right? So here three dimension means length, breadth or height. Three-dimensional body, you know what is three-dimensional body, which body contains, the body contains which has length, breadth and height are known as three-dimensional body. So we are going to resolve a vector in three-dimensional coordinate system. Dear student, here we can see some figure and which is help us to visualize the three-dimensional coordinate system. Okay, so let's see the figure and try to visualize the three-dimensional coordinate system. Let us observe the figure, and observing this we can try the visualize a three-dimensional coordinate system. Here is a three-dimensional body. I show here three surfaces or three plane. Green portion is base of the body, red portion is left wall of the body or left surface, and blue surface is back wall. Okay, so here the line connecting the red wall or left wall with the base is if denoted by x-axis, and similarly the line connecting the back wall and the base of the green wall is denoted by y-axis, and the line connecting the back wall and left wall, that is the blue wall and red wall, is denoted by z-axis. So these are the three dimension or direction of a three-dimensional body. For the simplicity, right? Now we can visualize or we can try to realize the situation. There is a three-dimensional body and three axes, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis are given in the figure. If we consider the point, corner point as O, that is it is the origin. So from this point three axes are originated, so this is the origin, right? Here this point is denoted by P. So this is a point in the three-dimensional coordinate system. Now we are going to indicate the position of the point with respect to or with the reference of the origin of the three-dimensional coordinate system, right? So if we indicate the point from the origin like this line segment, so this line segment or this vector will indicate the position vector of point P. Okay, so we are going to resolve the position vector of P, that is OP is the position vector of this point in three-dimensional coordinate system. So here I would like to explain what is position vector, or remind you what is position vector is. The vector by which we can represent the position of a vector with reference to the or with respect to the origin of a three-dimensional coordinate system is called position vector of the point. So here OP is the position vector of point P with respect to the reference frame. And then unit vector, you know what is unit vector? The vector which has a magnitude, which has a definite direction and unit value, that is whose value is or whose magnitude is 1, is called unit vector. And finally here I would like to remind you what is rectangular unit vector. The unit vectors mutually perpendicular to each other, which are acting or which direction are in the positive x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. These three unit vectors are known as rectangular unit vector. The rectangular unit vector are represented by I, j and k. Okay, so a rectangular unit vector I, its direction is along the x-axis. Rectangular unit vector j, its direction is along the positive y-axis, and rectangular unit vector k, its direction is along the z-axis. These are three rectangular unit vector. Okay, if the coordinates of point P is represented by x, y and z, right, and the points these are L, M and N. Now we are going to express the position vector of P point, that is OP vector, using three-dimensional coordinate system. Okay, so here if the position or coordinates of the point of P x, y, z, that is to reach the point P we have to move x unit along x direction, y unit along y direction and z unit along z direction. So according to the definition we can say that OL, this portion is denoted by x, right, and O to N, this portion is denoted by length of this portion is y, and z, that is O to Z, this portion is denoted by a small z, right. Here we can mark this point as R. So in the figure we can write that OL is equal to x, that is length of OL is equal to x. Similarly length of O to N, ON, which is equal to ON is equal to LM is equal to y, and the length of OR is equal to length of OR and PM are same. Okay, so MP is equal to Z. This is the length. Now if we represent this length as vector, so we can write that OL, vector OL is equal to XI, because OL is a vector whose unit whose magnitude is x and direction is in the x direction, and we know the unit vector I indicates the direction of x axis, and x is the value of the portion or value of the vector. So OL vector is can be represented as xi. Now similarly we can write that LM, that is L to M, which is equivalent to ON. So LM vector is equal to on vector is equal to yj, right? And lastly, we can represent OR or MP, that is MP vector is equal to OR vector is equal to zk. So these are the three vectors in this coordinate system. Now if we join O and M, and if we consider OLM is a triangle, and according to the additional law, triangle law of addition of vector, we can consider if OL is a vector, OL, we know direction of OL is in the direction, and LM and ON are the same, so direction of LM is in the direction of OY or x-axis. And if we consider OM is a vector, so from the law of triangle we can write that OM, vector OM is equal to the summation of vector OL plus vector LM. Okay, so according to law of triangle, we know if two adjacent side of a triangle represents two similar vector in the same order, then the third side will represent the resultant of the two vector in the opposite order. Here OL and OM are two adjacent sides, represents two vector OL and OM, then third side OM are representing the resultant of two vector OL and OM in the opposite order, right? Dear student, now we have to consider here OM is a vector, MP is a vector, and its direction of MP is along z axis. So if we consider the OMP, this is also a triangle OMP. So in this triangle two vectors are shown, OM is a vector and MP is another vector. So resultant of these two vector OM and MP, these are the two sides of a or these are the two adjacent sides of a triangle which are representing two vector in the same order. Then the third side OP represents the resultant of the two vector in the opposite direction. Okay, so from the triangle OMP, from triangle OMP we can write that OP is equal to OM plus MP, right? According to law of triangle we can write that OP, that is OP is the sum and which is obtained from the summation of OM and MP. So OP is the result of OM and MP. Again we know OP is equal to OM. If we use the equation by number 1, then from equation 1 OM is equal to OL plus M. So OM is here, so you will going to replace OM by OL plus LM. So OL vector plus LM vector, right? Now we are going to plus MP vector. Okay, so here the vector OL, here OL is xi, so OL is xi. Now then LM equal to ON is equal to yj plus yj plus MP, here MP equal to OR is equal to zk. Okay, so the position vector of point P, which is denoted by OP, if we represent the vector by R, so vector R is equal to xi plus yj plus zk. These are the three components of position vector in three-dimensional coordinate system, right? Dear student, I hope you realize it or you got it according to the figure. So this is the expression for position vector in three-dimensional coordinate system. This is a very important expression. Now we are going to realize or find out the magnitude of this vector. Okay, so magnitude of r vector. Okay, dear student, you know OX and OR are mutually perpendicular, and here LM is parallel to ON, that is parallel to y axis. So we can say that LM is also perpendicular to x axis, that is this angle is equal to 90 degree, mutually perpendicular. So here OLM is a right angle triangle. This angle is 90 degree. OLM is a right angle triangle. So from this portion we can say that, so in triangle OLM is a right angle triangle. So if we use Pythagoras theorem in this triangle, so we can write that OM square. OM is the hypotenuse. This is the opposite side of the right angle. So square of hypotenuse is equal to OL square plus LM square. This is equation number 1. Okay. Again, you know z axis is perpendicular to xy plane. These three axes are mutually perpendicular, so z axis is perpendicular to xy plane, and MP is parallel to z axis. So we can say that MP is also perpendicular to xy plane, that is this is perpendicular to OM, because OM lying on the xy plane. Since MP is perpendicular to xy plane, so we can write that OM is also perpendicular to MP. So this angle also is 90 degree. So now if we consider in triangle OMP in this right angle triangle, again we apply Pythagoras theorem. Here the opposite side of 90 degree or right angle is OP. OP is the hypotenuse in this triangle. So square of hypotenuse OP square is equal to OM square plus MP square. This is the equation number 2. Okay. So dear student, you know the position vector of P is denoted by OP vector, and its magnitude we can write that the magnitude of the vector is denoted by R or simply OP. So from equation 2 and 1, using equation 2 and 1, we can write that, so OP square is equal to OM square plus MP square. You know the value of OM square is equal to OL square plus LM square, right? So OM, we can replace OM by OL square plus LM square plus MP square. Okay, this is the square of OP. Dear student, you know the OP is the magnitude of R vector. So if we use or we replace OP by R, or OP is replacing by R is equal to OL. We know the length of OL is denoted by X, that is X square. Similarly LM and ON are the same, and whose value is equal to Y, so Y square plus MP and OZ, which is denoted by Z, so this is Z square. Dear student, this is the relation between the length of different vectors. Now we can write R is equal to square root of X square plus Y square plus Z square. Okay, dear student, this is the magnitude of the position vector. Okay, this is the expression for the position vector in three-dimensional coordinate system, and this is the magnitude of the vector in three-dimensional coordinate system, right? Okay, student, we have already learned the expression of a position vector in three-dimensional coordinate system is r is equal to xi plus yj plus zk. These are the three components in three mutually perpendicular direction, and the magnitude of the vector is square root of x square plus y square plus z square. Now we are going to determine a unit vector in the direction of the position vector r. Okay, you know, we can obtain a unit vector by dividing a non-zero vector by its magnitude. If we divide a non-zero vector by its magnitude, then we will get a unit vector in the direction of the vector. Right here, the position vector is denoted by this expression and its magnitude is denoted by this expression. So if we divide the vector by its magnitude, then we will get a unit vector in the direction of r. So if the unit vector is denoted by a cap, for the cap it indicates a unit vector. So we have to divide the vector, main vector r, by its magnitude, which is r. Therefore a is equal to, here r means xi plus yj plus zk, and the value of r is square root of x square plus y square plus z square. So this is a unit vector in the direction of r. Right, dear student, I hope you got it. How can we get a position vector in three-dimensional coordinate system using this expression? How can we get the magnitude of the vector, and that is the x can be expressed by this expression? How can we get a unit vector along the position vector, and which we can be get by using this expression? Okay, now we are going to discuss some mathematical problem related to this expression. Okay, this is our mathematical problem. Here is a figure. Here 2 points, or the coordinates of 2 points are shown. The coordinates of P point is 1, 2 and 3, and coordinates of Q point is 4, 5 and 6 in three-dimensional coordinate system. So according to this figure, we have to answer this question. First, we have to determine the position vector of P and Q. Here P and Q are 2 points in three-dimensional coordinate system. So we have to determine the position vector of P and of Q. In our today's discussion, we have learned if the coordinates of a point is x, y, z, then the position vector of the point will be xi plus yj plus zk, right? So here the point coordinates of point P is 1, 2 and 3. So the position vector of P solution 1, position vector of P, point P, which is denoted by R1, right? So R1 is equal to xi. Here xi means here the value of x is 1. So we can write 1i plus yj. Here value of y is 2. So 2j plus zk. Here value of z is 3. So we can write 3k. So after the simplification, you know 1i means I. So I plus 2j plus 3k. This is the position vector of point P, and which is denoted by R1, right? Now we have to show also the position vector of Q. Similarly, the position vector of Q is denoted by R2. So R2 is equal to xi. Here the value of x is 4. So we can write 4i plus 5j plus 6k, right? These are the two position vector of P and Q points. Okay, dear student, now they said determine the PQ vector or R vector. from P to Q, starting from P and ends at Q, which is denoted by R. Therefore, if you consider this is a triangle, this is a triangle OPQ. So in triangle, the three vectors are represented by three sides of the triangle. Here OP represents R1 vector, PQ represents R vector, and OQ represents R2 vector. Here R1 and R are in same order. So the resultant of these two vectors R1 and R will be represented by R2 because this is in opposite order. So according to law of triangle, we know if two vectors are represented by two adjacent sides of a triangle by the same order. Here R1 and R are represented in same order and R2 is in the opposite order. So R2 will be result of R1 and R2. So to solve the question number 2, so according to law of triangle, we can write, so R1 vector plus R vector is equal to R2 vector, right? This is the resultant of R1 and R. Or we are going to the vector, we are going to determine the vector R. So R is equal to R2 minus R1. Okay, if we use the value of R2 and R1 from the previous solution, the value of R2 is 4i plus 5j plus 6k. Okay, this is the value of R2 minus R1. R1 means I plus 2j plus 3k. Okay, for the simplification we will get 4i plus 5j plus 6k. Okay, when we will remove the bracket, then you will get I minus 2j minus 3k, and after the calculation you will get 4i minus I, that is 3i, 5j minus 2j, that is plus 3j, plus 6k minus 3k, so it will also 3k. So this is the vector which represents R or OP, PQ or R is can be expressed in 3i plus 3j plus 3k, right? Now we have to determine the magnitude of PQ or R, that is the vector PQ or R is represented by the expression, so we have to determine the value of this vector. Dear student, you know, in three-dimensional coordinate system, if a vector is represented by xi plus yj plus zk, then the magnitude of the vector is square root of x square plus y square plus z square, which is already shown in our today's class. So the magnitude of vector r, is can be expressed as simply r is equal to square root of 3 square. Here the value of x is 3, so 3 square, and value of y also 3, so 3 square, and value of z also 3, so 3 square, right? So you will get 9 plus 9 plus 9, 27. So this is the value of vector r. Okay. Now we have to determine a unit vector along R. You know, if you divide a vector by its magnitude, then you will get a unit vector in the direction of the vector. So if you would like to determine a unit vector along R, so you have to divide the vector R by its magnitude. You know, the vector R is can be expressed by the expression, and its magnitude is square root of 27. So unit vector if denoted by a is equal to r vector divided by its magnitude. The vector r is expressed by 3i plus 3j plus 3k, and we have to divide the value by its magnitude, and which is square root of 27, right? You can take 3 as common, so I plus j plus k divided by square root of 27. Okay, dear student, I hope you got the solution and topics we discussed in our class. So dear student, you have to study at home to realize this, and for the better result you can contact your subject teacher if you have feel any confusion, right? So my dear student, thank you very much being with me in my class. May Allah bless all of you. Assalamu alaikum.